right, yes, here we go again. Coach Dave, Accordion Cool. And, well, today is kind of a theme. I was just trying to think of something. And, you know, when I go, on a live performance, I have 2 sheets, 8.5 by 11, with songs listed on them. Not the music, just the title. So, because I can never think of a song off the top of my head, and I'd be sitting there, like this with nothing to play if I didn't have my little cheat sheets to pick songs from. And they're all, they're like slow songs, fast songs, Latin, that type of thing. So today I decided, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a song from kind of each area and play them on the show today. What a novel idea. So that first one was Making Whoopee. Is kind of like not a real fast, like what I consider like a medium fast song. And this next one is going to come from a slow, pretty ballad section. Making Whoopee, by the way, was 1928 and did come from a show called, Whoopee! So but this next tune was written in 1946, and it was introduced in the film 1953. I think the film was called Jennifer. I never heard of it, but it is a pretty tune, and it's called Angel Eyes. Let's see. Angel Eyes, pretty tune. Well, this next tune, I've only been playing for a few years. Actually, it was introduced to me by a fellow accordion player. He said, "Oh, that's a nice tune. I think I'll learn it." I'm pretty sure I must have played it on the show one time or another. But we had that big Latin invasion in the late '50s, early '60s, and this tune, along with many others from Brazil, were part of that invasion. And I don't know a lot about it. I don't think it was from any particular show or whatever. It was just, Well, like with a lot of those tunes, people just got together and wrote a tune. So it's called Samba de Orfeo. Samba de Orfeo. Sometimes it says Samba de Orpheus. I don't know what the difference is because I don't speak Portuguese. But 1959, this one came out. So let's see what it sounds like. Samba de Orfeo or de Orpheus, take your pick. But just a cool tune. I really like that tune, and I try to play it in all my live performances too. All right, well, we'll go into 1961 for this tune. Now, this tune kind of has a couple of slightly different stories. It was written by a fellow called Willie Nelson. Remember Willie Nelson? Well, back then he was Hugh Nelson, H-U-G-H. He hadn't adopted the moniker Willie yet, and he was doing mostly songwriting as opposed to performing. So he wrote this particular song. Now, one story says he ran into Patsy Cline's husband in a, shall we say, a place that serves adult beverages, if you know what I mean, and he presented the song to Patsy Cline's husband, and he took it home, and she hated it, didn't want to do it. Of course, the other version is just the opposite. She loved it and wanted to do it. But the important thing is she did do it. So take your pick as to what the story is. And of course, it was the biggest hit of her career. And she recorded it and released it shortly after her untimely death, around 1961, 62. And if you go to the country music museum in Nashville. Even if you're not a country fan, it is really cool to see all these different things. And they have one whole room dedicated to Patsy Cline, and you walk in the door and all you hear on a revolving tape is this particular tune. Crazy. I was playing that tune once on the gear. I've probably told this story. A guy walks by and points at me and says, "Crazy!" Now I don't know if he's referring to the tune or me, but I just assumed it was the tune, but who knows? And I personally think that that's probably the greatest country tune ever written. Thank you. Of course, Willie's written a lot of other ones too. In fact, Willie actually did record this tune a few years after Patsy Cline's death. So when he started to become Willie as opposed to Hugh. Well, this next tune, this one really goes back to 1902. Now, I guess there was a storyline that goes with this tune. It has to do with bar drinking and a person. So, put it all together. But it's called Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home? So I don't know what she did to him that made him leave. But in fact, I don't even know if he ever went home or not. But this tune was back like when jazz, New Orleans, whatever, was just in its infancy, when it was kind of getting away from, the blues type stuff and actually getting into real songs. Like I said, just the early 1900s. So here's a little Bill Bailey. Here we go. Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home, All Is Forgiven. And like I said, we never really found out in the song just what he was being chastised for, but he did something she didn't like. So 1902. That was just a few years ago, right? Oh, I'm sorry, not 2002. Oh, yes, Bill Bailey. Okay. Well, we're getting down close to the end of our time, and this tune, 1936, and there's a trombone player in the Duke Ellington Orchestra, and he wrote several tunes, and he collaborated with Duke on this particular tune, and it's called Caravan. Now, I play this tune at the end of all my live shows. And as soon as Miss Ernestine hears me start to play this tune, she's packing stuff up, loading the car. By the time I finish the tune, she's sitting there tooting the horn like, let's go, time to get out of here. So this is called Caravan, Duke Ellington and Juan Tizol. Here we go. Caravan. And well, you know, it's just about almost time for us to get out into our caravan and get out of here. So, as usual, thank you all, every single one of you, for watching, listening, however it is that you do get this show, radio, TV, YouTube, I don't know, I guess it's all over the place. And as usual, thank you to the big guy behind the glass, Austin Ricketts. We made a few little adjustments today. I hope they worked out well, but he's always open to adjustments if I feel I want to do a little more of this, a little less of that. So, and if I sound good, yeah, that's up to him. And like I say, if I don't, well, there's something wrong with the instruments. So, well, anyway. So, and you know what else I'm going to say to bring those young'uns in to hear these songs? Not just because I'm playing them, but because of the songs. You know that they have a saying going around now that, you know, that they're coming back with vinyl records and the music sounds so much better. Well, you know why? Because the music is better that they're putting on those old vinyl records. So, once again, this is Coach Dave, and we're going to take it home. And oh, I guess we can do a little more Caravan.